Hello everyone. Now today we will take up with question number 8 of break-even point, which is exactly similar to question number 9, so it's an extra practice. In fact, I'll give you an advice that you all can try question 8 on your own also, looking at how the question 7 was done, and then you can play the video and verify whether you got it correct or not. And similar to question 8, two questions I have given you in homework that is mentioned in the timetable. Those two questions of university paper set, all of you must try on your own. Okay, they are exactly similar questions. Seventh question we have already done in the last lecture. 8, one more we are doing today. So now you all must be able to try two questions entirely on your own. Look at it, be attentive. Public Health Center runs an intensive medical care unit. For this purpose, it had hired a building at a rent of 5,000 per month. This is a fixed cost, okay, market as F, with the understanding that it would bear the repairs and maintenance charges also. So it would be fixed cost in nature. Earlier also we discussed, when we come across repairs and maintenance, we'll take it as a fixed cost because means the public health center has taken the responsibility to bear the repairs and maintenance. The unit consists of 25 beds and 5 more beds can be comfortably accommodated when the occasion demands. So I told you in the last lecture also, like the current pandemic is going on, all the hospitals are operating beyond capacity. So beyond 25 beds capacity also, maximum how many more beds can be accommodated? 5 more beds can be accommodated. The permanent staff attached to the unit are as follows. 2 supervisors, each at a salary of 500 per month is a fixed cost. 4 nurses, each at a salary of 300 per month is a fixed cost. We have to bear that whether the patients come or not. 2 ward boys, each at a salary of 150 per month is a fixed cost. Again, we have to bear it whether patients come or not. Though the unit was opened for the patient for all 365 days in a year, security of accounts actually scrutiny of accounts means checking. Okay, not security, make it scrutiny. Checking, which means checking. Make the corrections. Checking of accounts in 2018 revealed that only for 120 days in a year, the unit had the full capacity of 25 beds we have seen are there. So 120 days in a year, they had full capacity of 25 patients per day. So we'll be finding that number of patient days or bed days, number of days into number of beds. For another 80 days, it had on an average 20 beds only occupied per day. But there were occasions when the beds were full and even extra beds were hired at a charge of rupees 5 per bed per day. And this did not come to more than 5 beds extra above the normal capacity on any one day. The total higher charges for extra beds incurred for the whole year amounted to 2,000. So this 2,000 will take it as a variable cost because extra beds we have to hire only when the patients are there. So it depends on the number of patients. And then 2,000 divided by 5 rupees means what would be the number of bed days we have taken? 800 bed days or patient days we have hired the extra beds. The other expenses for the year are as under: repairs and maintenance fixed cost, food supplied to patient variable, that depends on the number of patients, janitor, I told you, caretaker and other services variable, sundry, make it sundry, laundry charges for their bed, linen, etc. So that too will not come. That is also variable. Medicine supplied is also variable. Cost of X-ray and other than that directly borne for treatment of patient is also variable. It depends on number of patients. General administration charges allocated to the unit will be fixed cost. Now a question, if the unit recorded an overall amount of rupees 100 per day, so this is the revenue. This is what we have to start with takings. 100 per day per patient on an average from each patient. Then what is the profit per patient per day made? This is the first question asked by the unit in 2018. This all information is of 2018. So first we'll be making the revenue statement for 2018. Then they say the units want to work on a budget for 2019, but the number of patients requiring intensive medical care is very uncertain factor. So assuming the same revenue and expenses prevail in 2019 in the first instance, work out the number of patient days by the units to break even. In short, break even point is what is asked. So that formula we will apply: fixed cost divided by contribution per patient day to find the break even. All of you can make a statement of one page, and then first we'll make that calculations of patient days. So all of you can pause the video and first make this format for one page, okay? And then we'll make the workings of patient days. That is number of patients into number of days. We will get patient days or bed days. Either you can say patient days or you can also call it as bed days. Both are one and the same. Okay, number of beds into number of days or number of patients into number of days will give us patient days or bed days. We get it from this paragraph. Okay, you all can see here 120 days, full capacity of 25 patients. So number of patients 25 into number of days 120. You all can see 25 into 120, that comes to 3000 bed days or patient days. Then another 80 days, 20 beds were occupied on an average. So 20 beds into 80 days. Okay, 20 beds into 80 days, that is 1600 bed days. And then that extra beds, as we discussed, total hire charges we have paid 2000 and 5 rupees is the charge per bed per day. So 2000 divided by 5. How many patient days extra beds are hired or required? 400 patient days extra beds are required. Okay. Here also make the correction. It's not 800, it is 400. 2000 divided by 5 is 400. Okay. Now 3000 plus 1600 plus 400, that is 5000 patient days in a year are occupied. So now let us make this P&Ls or revenue statement. First we start with takings. Now in takings, you all can see in question A, 100 per day is going to be recovered. So 5000 patients into 100 rupees if we recover, then what is the total takings of the hospital? 5000 into 100, that comes to 5 lakhs. Now first from that we will subtract variable cost and get the contribution. Okay, first from this we will subtract the variable costs. All the items marked as V will be taken into consideration. From the first paragraph we have fixed cost and fixed. Variable is this higher charges 2000. So all of you write down higher charges of extra beds 2000. Then after higher charges of extra beds, which other thing is marked as V? Food supplied to patients 44,000. Okay, food supplied to patients, that is 44,000. Then after food supplied we have janitor and other services 12,500. Okay, janitor and other services, that is 12,500. Then after janitor and other services, laundry charges 8,000. Okay, laundry charges 8,000. Then after laundry charges, Medicines supplied 35,000, that is also variable. Medicines supplied 35,000. Then cost of X-ray and other things 54,000. So X-ray etc. 54,000. Anything else we have missed out which is marked as variable? You all check it. All the items are taken into consideration. Hire charges, food supplied, janitor, laundry, medicines, X-ray. All fixed, variable costs are taken into consideration. So do it all of you. 2,000 plus 44,000 plus 12,500 plus 8,000 plus 35,000 plus 54,000. So that comes to 1,55,500 variable costs. Now 5 lakhs minus 1,55,500, that comes to 3,44,500, that is contribution. Okay, 3,44,500 is the contribution. From that we minus fixed costs and get the profit. So now all the items marked as F will be taken into consideration. See what all items are marked as F. Very first, this rent of 5,000 per month. So rent of building 5,000. Okay, rent of building 5,000. Then after rent of building, F marked item is directly supervisor's salary 500 per month and 2 supervisors. So supervisor's salary 500 per month means 500 into 12 months, 6,000 per year into 2 supervisors, 12,000. Then nurses salary 300 per month and 4 nurses are there. So nurses salary 300 per month into 12 months, 3,600 per year into 4 nurses are there. So 14,400. Then after nurses salary, ward boys salary, 2 ward boys and 150 per month. So ward boys salary 150 per month into 12 months, 1,800 per year into 2 ward boys. So 3,600 is ward boys salary. Okay. Then after that, in this paragraph we have variable cost only. Repairs and maintenance 3,600 is the fixed cost. Repairs and maintenance 3,600. Then after repairs and maintenance, directly this 7th item, general administration charges 49,550. Okay, general administration charges 49,550. Okay, no other fixed costs are there. All the F marked items are taken. Repairs is taken, general administration is taken, ward boy, nurse, supervisors and rent, all are taken into consideration. So what is the total fixed cost? 5,000 plus 12,000 plus 14,400 plus 3,600 plus 3,600 plus 49,550. 88,150 is the amount of fixed cost. If you minus that from 3,44,500, you'll get 2,56,350. That is the amount of profit. Now, very important vital thing is missing in this question. That is, doctor's salary itself is not given. So we assume that he is a single doctor who is the owner of this ICU and he is only serving, so no doctor's salary is involved, which is very impractical because in ICU one doctor cannot perform the job, several doctors are required, specialists of each and every part of the body. But here, in absence of any information, we assume a private doctor is running this ICU and he only takes care of all the diseases in the ICU, okay, all the kind of problems, because doctor's salary is not given, so that is quite not possible. Doctors must be there, then only the hospital can run. But in absence of that, we assume that owner is a doctor himself who is managing this. Now, what is the first question asked to you? Profit per patient day. So when you divide this profit 2,56,350 with 5,000 patient days, you'll get the first answer. Profit per patient day is equal to total profit divided by total patient days. Okay, total profit divided by patient days. Total profit is 2,56,350 divided by patient days is 5,000. So 2,56,350 divided by 5,000. 51.27 is the profit per patient per day. Now, first answer is completely done. Okay. Then second question asked is, assuming the same revenue and expenses, break-even point. Now, break-even points formula is fixed cost divided by contribution per patient day. So first we find contribution per patient day. Okay, first we find contribution per patient day, then only break-even point can be obtained. So that will be total contribution divided by patient days. Total contribution divided by patient days. Total contribution is 3,44,500 divided by patient days is 5,000. So contribution per patient day comes to 3,44,500 divided by 5,000. 68.9 is the contribution per patient per day. Now we can find the break-even point. The formula of break-even point is fixed cost divided by contribution per patient day. Okay, fixed cost divided by contribution per patient day. Now fixed cost, we got it as 88,150. So fixed cost 88,150 divided by contribution per patient day, we worked out 68.9. So 88,150 divided by 68.9, that comes to 1279.39, means approximately, not rupees, approximately you can say 1,279 patients is the break-even point. Means if 1,279 patients come to the hospital in the next year, there will be no profit, no loss. And after 1,279, whatever patients come, we will start earning profit. Till 1,279 patients, there will be no profit, no loss. This is the concept of break-even point. So now, similar to this, all of you try with the 2 university set questions mentioned in the timetable on your own. Okay. Next lecture we'll be taking up with the next concept. But in the live session, I'll be practicing one more similar question. So you all practice 2 university paper set questions. You must be able to answer the things when we meet in the live session. That'll be all for this lecture. Bye everyone. Take care. See you in the next lecture.